Welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry, and this is Finish It Friday, where I show you my finishes and I share some of yours as well. This week hasn't been as productive as I would have liked according to my schedule, but I did spend an awful lot of time putting this little top together, and I showed this on the Monday quilt chat in the early stages. This was the 3-yard friend bundle that got sent to me from Soya. Thank you, whoever sent that to me. And it was these 3 fabrics here. And then I used a Tim Holtz receipt paper, like an antique-y kind of sashing and border. And I put another little border around here. And then I also have my binding ready, which will be this stripe here. So I've got that all put together, so once it's all quilted up, I can go ahead and bind it with that. And it'll be a pretty coordinated quilt. It's not my style of quilt. I don't know. I can't explain to you why it's not my style, but it's it turned out okay. It was fun to make, super easy. It's from the Jolly Bar Volume 2, page 42. I think it's called Slice of Sunshine. Basically just 12 of these 3 bricks here, and then the setting around, and then I just added another border, and then the thin border, and then the wide border, and then finally the binding will go on. So that's about all I did. I'm trying to think of this line of fabric, and I'm not coming up with it right now. Something fashion something. It seemed like it was like edition 2 or something like that. If anybody wants to know, just put it in the comments and I'll look it up. I keep all my selvages. So, and then I also made some little cornerstones out of the gold. I don't know if they're showing up on the camera or not on the top, but here's one on the this end here. There's 4 cornerstones, and that's what I got done. So let me adjust the camera back down, and we'll talk about some of your finishes. Okay, now we're back down to earth here. Let's see what we have in the email for finishes this week. It looks like the first one I have is from Jane. Hello from Brisbane, Australia. Thank you, Jane, for tuning in to the channel. I love to have you guys from down under amongst us. She says here, I loved the idea of the tulip tote and just had to make it. The main fabric is Snake Dreaming, and I sewed on a tab and button for a closure. Thank you for such a cute and straightforward tutorial. That was this that I actually made the tutorial of, and that's out there. If you haven't seen it yet, go looking for it. Yours is super cute, Jane, with the snake fabric, and even the tan fabric that you have kind of goes right on in with that snake theme. And I love your button closure. That's adorable. I should try to do a button closure on my second one. I still haven't put a closure on it yet. Yeah. Cute little bag. If you haven't made this, you need to go make this. Very good job, Jane. I love it. Diane made a scrappy quilt. You know I love scrappy quilts. My own pattern, she says. After sewing all usable scraps together, this is the pattern I came up with. Another top that will find its way to a hospital in Africa. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at this quilt here. It looks like you've done either the adding machine tape method, or you just trimmed down your strips that you created from your scraps. And if that's all the scraps you had, I would love to send you some scraps. I have way too many scraps. But yeah, you had plenty for an entire quilt. And it looks like you've used batik on the background. Kind of a grayish, bluish bubble batik. And that's very cool. I love that you're sending that to a hospital in Africa. So nice. So nice. Okay, the other one that I have is, let's see. Looks like I have one from Paula. Paula did the kitty cat. This one that I did. And she has done hers in a black and gray kitty cat fabric. And those are cool kitties on there with the blue eyes. And you've got yours on a white on white background, looks like, maybe. Or maybe just white. And he's got a little bling on as well with his collar there. And you have trimmed down the bottom of the head, the chin area, whereas I did not do that. So maybe on one of my next ones I will. I want to make a gray and or black one as well, and maybe a white one. I don't know. I just need to make more of these. They're so cute. So cute and so easy. And then Joy has a completed baby quilt. Now this is a Winnie the Pooh baby quilt that we've seen on here before, but now it's totally finished. She says, I finished the baby quilt commissioned by my sister-in-law. I machine quilted it on my home sewing machine. I call it Oh Pooh as it has Winnie the Pooh fabrics, and I said Oh Pooh every time I messed it up. The baby's name is Ace. So I quilted the name in the quilt in several places. I marked the quilt with purple children's washable marker to aid me in the quilting. I washed the completed quilt to wash out the marker and gave it that lovely texture. Yeah, it's going to be a nice, soft, cozy quilt for Ace. Very good job. And she's got a picture here of the marker that she used. And from the looks of the quilt, it looked like it all came out of the quilt. So that's another tip there that we can use is erasable children's markers work on fabric and wash out fine. Looks like at least that one did. And that looks like all I have for this week. So it's kind of a slim week for submissions, but that's okay. We can have a skinny week once in a while. And I invite all of you that want to participate in submitting photos of your finished items to do so. And there are instructions in the description box to help you along with that, to make sure that your items do get on the show, on the Finish It Friday show. So that is all I have this week. If you didn't see the Wednesday video of my pattern organization, it was kind of a thinking out loud sort of video. If you like that kind of thing, you get to see what came out of my thoughts in sorting through those patterns. So it turned out to be a part 1, so there will be a part 2 next week of that. So I didn't really have as many patterns as I thought I had, but there's a bunch. There still is a bunch, and they did badly needed to be sorted through and organized. So that's done now, and you'll be seeing some more on that next Wednesday for that part 2. So that's what we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have a very nice weekend and that you can sew a little something. And then we'll see you back here on Monday for Monday Quilt Chat. So have a great one. Bye.